The time is 8:30 in the morning. I'm on this Saturday morning, May 27th, 2017. And it's time now for the Peter Channel Saturday Morning News on this Saturday morning, May 27th, 2017. Got on! Good morning to you all this lovely Saturday morning, May 27th, 2017. It is 8:30 a.m. and our top story of Peter Channel Morning News at 8:30 a.m. is Robert Bill's special investigation may just be started, but for President Trump and his aides, is all the way entered one of the most legally treacherous phases. 2 men have been killed as they tried to stop a man in prison. 2 women appear to be Muslim placed in the U.S. city of Portland, Oregon said. UK police said they arrested some key players behind the Manchester bombing. Zbigniew Brzezinski, President Carter's security advisor, dead at the age of 89. Cairo, Egypt's Coptic Orthodox churches then during a dark troubled history with a community increase and victimized by attacks from Islamic militants, including Friday attack by coming on a bus transported cops on in Monastery South. The life sentences that Lee Boyd Melville received this world throughout 2 shootings which occurred in Virginia were found out by a federal judge because Melville was 17 at the time of the attacks. London, Britain's threat level has been reduced to severe from critical. UK Prime Minister Theresa May said Saturday after meeting with security chiefs. Washington, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has declared a requested host of the event to mark Islam's only month for Ramadan, 2 U.S. said. To Ramina Sicily, the U.S. will be the lone holdout and enjoys the Paris Accord on climate change when the leaders of G7 will issue their 2017 declaration on Saturday, officials said. London, President Trump has often shocked the command of the world with his unique brand of reopening on Thursday and said it did not cause a stir. Montana's early border saved GN40 from himself. Ed Ball, a dedicated non-veteran, gets his high school diploma. Mansfield's superintendent of musicians leaves on high note with a legal legacy of stability. Mansfield's top grads view engineering medical careers. They got done meaning to deal with full-time kindergarten funded and pot shops moratorium. British Airways computer problems hit passengers. Without the shock of video, it's likely the world will have learned or cared about the mountain. They have a 6-year-old planet. 6-year-old man on the plane last month as airlines have rules about taking photos, videos, and planes. NASA signed up to March or solar eclipse in space. All in Florida, NASA delaying and deferring astronauts to the moon comes as the competition is heated up with SpaceX and Boeing aiming to build pilots through capsules and heavy lift craft and launch them from Florida by the end of the year. The rate of the people dying from Alzheimer's disease in the United States grows by 55% over the 15-year period due to data from the Centers for Disease Control Prevention shows. Weather losses were the lowest in more than a decade, according to the U.S. survey beekeepers. Climate change is keeping Americans awake at night, and lack of sleep causes your brain to eat itself. Peter Childers 8:33 on this Saturday morning, and it's time now for spot support. Boston Red Sox beat the Seattle Mariners 3-0 while the Wheat Lions baseball team fall to the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen 4-2, and today they will have a game against UMass Boston Idaho after Wisconsin at 5:45 p.m. The Southern Enterprise of the offseason, the business should make most teams around the NBA just. Dating age is the number 1 pick. Fox by the questioners have become aware of the offseason around Gillette Stadium. Just been just getting this, but I've worked with Tom Brady. Never season away with the quarterback has the same passion of playing football. Kevin Durant said it doesn't make sense to not complain that his move to the Golden State Warriors has negatively affected NBA and ruined the parity of the league. And former Stanford Gold star Chad Johnson, who had become known for his post-TD entry center event, Glacier, Roger, Goodness, recently signed his advice. Peter Children's time is 8:34, and it's time out for Traffic and Transit Pop. Baby! Let's study off on the MBT where the subway system is looking good on the commuter rail. And the ferries, they are looking good. Okay, looking at some highways and byways of New England on this Saturday morning. Down in Connecticut, Route 25 at the northwest side, also Bridgeport, 91 southwest side, also around the Middletown, sets of Murder Stretch, 84 northwest side, also at 691 up in Connecticut, 91 at the northwest side, also before 84 Hartford, Connecticut, 84 westbound side, also at East Street, 91 Hartford, Connecticut, and Route 385 at the southwest side, also at Route 6 of McGill Lake, 78 eastbound side, also Westerly 25 at the eastbound side, also just around the board area. Before the board bridge, Route 3 is south outside of also around the Sagamore Bridge area. It's Sagamore South Express at the northwest side, also Quincy Stretch. 120 at the northwest side. It's a little slow, just around 2-8 out in Lexington. Mass Pike eastbound side, also Southern Stretch. 291 at south outside of also Springfield Stretch. Interstate 91 at the northwest side, also around Bedford, Vermont, and Interstate 89 southwest side, also at Greenville, upstate New York, headed towards upstate Vermont after the Canadian border. On I-89 southbound side, also Interstate 81 at southbound side, just a little slow. On the northbound side, around Interstate 81 in Binghamton, New York. And 99 southbound side, also between the Bronx and the George Washington Bridge and Lawrence Expressway. Eastbound side, also between Brooklyn and Queens. Peter Children's time is 8:36. And it's time now for a weather report, and we're looking at some rain showers from Lakeville all the way down to New Bedford and off to the Bedford coast and off the Little Compton and spotty rain showers north of Oneonta, New York. And we're looking at some spotty rain showers between Quincy and Lincoln, New Hampshire, and around Lower Waterford in Vermont, and around Whitefield, New Hampshire, around East Berkeley Mountains Hill in Granby and Vermont, and right around eastern portions of New Brunswick and east central portions, southeastern portions of Nova Scotia, and right around western portions of Quebec and on the eastern portions of Ontario. Okay, and the North Lancers softball team and gaming against Ashland at noon, and then 3 p.m. we'll have a soft baseball against Seacock. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Today, Patrick Drizzle for 9 a.m. Most of the clouds going to have it at 65 degrees. Don't provide 5 miles coming in the morning. Tonight, Patrick Drizzle for 5 to 9 p.m. Patrick before 1 a.m. Then Patrick after 2 a.m. Otherwise, most of the clouds about 47 degrees. Southeast about 3 to 6 miles an hour Sunday. Putty Center to most of the clouds about 30 about 45 degrees. And Calgary Kevin south and 5 miles an hour. Afternoon, shifting to the south at about 3 to 6 miles an hour for Memorial Day. Showers may after 11 a.m. High 6 degrees. And southeast for about 6 to 8 miles an hour. Chest patients aims at Monday at Chester Showers and thunderstorms are made for 11 p.m. Mostly clouds about 52 degrees and chest patient 30%. Tuesday, Sunday, mostly clouds about Chester Showers about 75 about 55 degrees and chest patient 40%. Wednesday, most sunny podcast about 77 about 54 degrees, and for Thursday, Monday, Saturday podcast about 72 about 52 degrees, and for Friday, most of that's about 72 degrees. And currently in Taunton, it's overcast and it's 55, and Norton is overcast and it's 56, and Medfield is overcast at 56, and that's going to be for the Peter Channel. Sidewalk News on the Sidewalk. Main Trace and Toronto 17. I appreciate you. Have a good morning and good afternoon. It'll be a good day. Have a good day.